Michigan versus Mr. Alana. Appearances for the record.
Nicole King on behalf of the probation department, Your Honor.
May it please the court, David Capelli, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Anthony Alana, who is standing to my right. This is the date set for some probation violations, Your Honor. Nature of the violations being that Mr. Alana failed to test as directed on January 21st, January 28th.
Right away, this case starts stacking up problems for Mr. Alana. 7 missed drug tests in less than a month. In probation terms, that's not just a small slip-up, that's a major red flag. Remember, when someone is on probation, testing is one of the court's main ways to verify they're staying clean. Miss enough tests, and to a judge, it can look exactly the same as failing them. So the real question here is, were these just financial struggles, or something deeper going on?
8th, January 29th, February 2nd, February 6th, February 12th, and February 13th. Mr. Alana is prepared to plead guilty to these violations.
Almost as if he's not on probation. So there are 7 of these. So Alana? On probation or?
Yeah, yes, sir. I just had a couple bad things come up.
I count 7 failures to appear. That's not a couple.
Yeah, well, once I couldn't do a few of the things, it's kind of, if you can't do it all, it's kind of not.
Did you catch what just happened there? The defendant basically suggested that if he couldn't complete all the probation requirements, it almost felt pointless to do any of them. That kind of reasoning is extremely risky in court. Judges want to see effort, even imperfect effort. When someone stops complying entirely, it can signal to the court that they're giving up on the process altogether. And you can already see the judge starting to challenge that mindset.
Weird.
I don't know what you just said. What did you just say?
I mean, it's kind of, isn't it pointless if you can't do all the things? I mean, you're still going to get a probation violation, correct?
Is that how you think?
Well, that's the way it seems to work. Like, I mean, I couldn't. They wanted $200 some for the weekend thing. That I couldn't. I had to pay that for rent. You know, it was either pay my rent or that. So that messed up that. And that was so like.
Have you ever heard anyone say that being on probation has continued to?
Oh no, I know it was bad. I mean,
stop me from speaking.
I'm sorry.
It's rude, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard someone say that being on probation is considered to be a privilege?
No, sir. No, sir.
It's considered to be a privilege because the law says, when stop talking if I'm talking. You want to listen to a tape recording of a conversation where there are 2 people speaking at the same time?
No, sir.
No. Which is what you were just doing. You just did it twice. Probation is considered to be a matter of grace. That the law says that you can simply go to jail for the crime that you were convicted of, but instead of sending you to jail, we give you a chance to show that you don't need to go to jail because you can follow the rules.
This moment right here is a key legal principle. Probation is a privilege, not a right. The judge is reminding him that the alternative was jail from the very beginning. Probation is essentially the court saying, prove to me you can follow the rules outside of custody. When violations pile up like this, the judge has to decide whether that trust was misplaced. And you can tell the court is seriously weighing that decision right now.
And you are not following the rules, and there are multiple violations. That's not a good look.
No, sir.
So you're standing here on the verge of going to jail, and I'm trying to figure out whether you're actually even a good candidate to be on probation.
But I believe so, sir.
Well, let me tell you what the infinite information says to me, objective. And the information that is objective to me says that if you're required to go and test, you might not go and test because you might have to pay your rent with the money that you have instead, which is what you just told me a minute ago, that you would have done it at. You didn't have to pay your rent. Isn't that what you just told me? Go ahead.
No, not to test for the weekend. I don't know what you call it. It's just the place where you go test. But it's like a counseling type thing, I guess.
All
They
right.
call it a weekend.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
But that is what costs $210 or $20, something like that.
That's not what
Not
I
my I was testing up until then, but after I couldn't do that, and my wife was having problems with her probation. So I mean, I
So she's coming to see me too?
I believe so, sir. But she has a different,
Or you
A
don't
whole
want to speak
different-
for her, since you're not her lawyer.
right, that's why it's a whole different.
So don't, it's not even going that direction. It looks like you were put on probation by me because you have a substance use problem. And that we were hoping that by getting you to stop using substances, you can get past your problem. And it doesn't really feel like that's happening because you can't prove that you weren't using anything because you're not testing.
But
But
yeah, that is what it looks like. But I haven't been. I mean, I've been passed, but I don't want to get all that squared away. I guess before I started trying to do that again.
you've only been on probation for a short period of time since January 5th. So within 2 weeks, you had stopped testing.
That's what like I said, that they wanted me to put my name on the list. They wanted me to pay 200 something.
Probation is considered to be a matter of grace. In other words, you're not necessarily entitled to be on probation. It's an opportunity for you to be able to show that you don't need to go to jail because you've been convicted of an offense for which you could go to jail.
Oh,
And instead of going to jail, you just need to comply with the terms and conditions of probation. You haven't done that.
yes, sir.
So you're looking at going to jail because of that. So do you understand what's going on?
Oh, yes, sir.
Just looking at the email from Ms. King. Ms. King, I don't see where you actually made a recommendation with regard to him being continued on the probation. You just said some jail time and have him engage in testing as previously directed.
It should indicate continued probation just before the 5 days jail, Your Honor.
Well, I see that, but I'm just saying in terms of the thought process about continuing him on probation, how we're not just sort of kicking the can down the road, that he's actually going to do something to change.
Well, yes, sir. Like I said, I just had a few bad things that came up and the whole weekend.
What's that on the side of your mouth over here?
The scab or sore or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
If I have scars right there, a motorcycle accident.
Oh, this looks fresh. This is
Yeah,
a scar. You know what tweaking is?
Something to do with meth or something.
Now the judge notices something physical, a mark near the defendant's mouth, and suddenly the conversation shifts. In court, judges often rely on observations like this when assessing credibility. It doesn't prove drug use, of course, but it raises suspicion in the judge's mind, especially when combined with missed drug tests. And once a judge starts questioning credibility, the entire tone of the hearing can change.
No, I can test right now, sir. I don't have that. Believe me.
So do you understand what's happening today?
Well, a little bit, yes.
You're before the court because there's an allegation that you violated the terms of your probation. So you're entitled to have a hearing with regard to that. Or you can just plead guilty to the violations. If we have a hearing and I determine that you are in violation, you could potentially go to jail for up to 93 days, which you get credit for any jail time that you've already served. or you can simply just plead guilty to the violation. What would you like to do? A moment ago, it sounded like you were just going to simply plead guilty to the violations.
Well, see, but I understand I have to do the 5 days, but I
It
really,
might not be 5 days. It might be 20 days. It might be
right,
30
yes,
days.
that's what I understand.
Just depends on what I think is appropriate.
Okay. That, the one you're talking,
This is your maximum possible.
that's, what? Pleading, pardon,
No, this is what judge can sentence you up to.
if I don't, okay, sure. I, this is what's his name?
You know, it actually looks like, Mr. Alana, it actually looks like you might still be using it.
No, sir. No, sir. But I seriously just got out of work like 30 minutes ago.
People work every day that use drugs.
But yeah, yeah. It's really crucial that I don't lose my job. Is there any possible way I could like get a work release for 2 weekends by any chance?
Is it possible that you could not have to come here because of
Oh,
violence?
yes, sir. But I thought if I plead guilty today, I mean, is a possibility?
No, Mr. Alana, what you are not really sort of dealing with is the whole sort of undercurrent of why it is that you're here. The whole reason that you're here to begin with is that you're using drugs and you got a conviction for that. And then you were placed on probation and given an opportunity to not have to do jail time as long.
This is actually the heart of the entire case. The judge isn't just focused on the missed tests themselves, he's focused on what they represent. The original conviction involved drug use, and the probation terms were designed to prove the defendant had stopped using. But if the tests never happen, the court has no proof either way. From a legal standpoint, that uncertainty usually works against the person on probation.
As long as you could prove that you weren't using. And now you've got all of these missed tests
But
that don't show that you were not using.
yes, sir.
And to someone like myself, looking at this, looking at you and how you look today, makes me believe that you were using.
Okay. But
And that's not necessarily the thing that I want to focus on. The thing I really want to focus on is you and what kind of life are you going to have if you can't comply with the terms of probation. I could put you in jail for a day. I could put you in jail for 5 days. I could put you in jail for 2 weeks. I cannot put you in jail at all. I have a whole range of different things that I can do, but I have to figure out what's the right thing to do so that you can have the kind of life you're supposed to have.
yes,
And you're making that really difficult.
I understand.
So a moment ago, I asked you if you wanted to enter a plea with regard to the probation violation.
I guess guilty.
Why did you say guess?
I mean, I don't know which one to choose. I mean,
Either you're guilty of the violations or you're not,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So you want to enter a guilty plea?
yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the information that you're going to provide to the court will be the whole truth?
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And lower your hand. I want to make sure that you're doing this voluntarily. In other words, no one's threatened you or forced you to get you to enter this guilty plea. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
No one's made any promises to you to get you to enter the guilty plea. Is that true?
That's true. Yes, sir. That's true.
So you're pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir. I did miss those.
And this is your own personal choice.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Capelli, if you'd like to inquire of the client.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Alana, you were placed on probation by the court, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And part of your probation came with terms and conditions, is that correct?
Yes.
And one of those terms and conditions is that you had to test as directed by probation, is that correct?
Yes.
And you failed to test on 7 different dates, being January 21st, January 28th, January 29th, February 2nd, February 6th, February 12th, and February 13th. Is that correct?
I believe so.
It's a yes or no question, Mr. Alana. We can break them down by date if you would prefer.
I have a few receipts for going. I don't know exactly what they are offhand.
But on these dates that were listed, so on January 21st, did you test as directed?
That's sure.
On January 28th, did you test as directed?
I guess I can't remember that far about that.
So we have a report from the agency that was charged with doing the testing for you.
Right.
You said that you didn't show up on
I'm
the
sure,
dates.
but there's a big gap in between the two. Like I must have went in between there or something.
Well, it's not every day that you didn't test.
No, it was like 4 times a month or once a week. Or
It was
something.
8 total times, which is what Mr. Capelli just read to you.
Yes, I mean it could be like I said. I can't remember the exact date.
Okay. I find that there's a sufficient factual basis for me to accept the guilty plea as charged in this matter. And Capelli, I don't know if I should even do this to you, but
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask that the court follow the recommendation from probation. Mr. Alana does believe that he can re-engage with testing and make all of his tests in the future. He has even offered to test for this court today to show that he is not using. He clearly needs the help moving forward. I would ask that the court follow the recommendation of probation. Thank you.
Mr. Alana, this is your opportunity to speak as well.
Like I say, it is super crucial that I don't lose my job.
Why is that crucial?
Because me and my wife only make a certain amount of money, and we have bills. You know, I mean,
You think it's crucial for you to live?
to live. Yes, that's why I do what I'm
Do
going
you
to.
think it's crucial for you to be able to live without the presence of narcotics in your life?
Oh, for sure, yes. I don't need
So
narcotics.
that's a way for you to be able to show that you don't have narcotics in your life.
Yeah, right. I understand.
But you can't do that because you didn't take the test.
But yes, sure.
So that's why you go to jail, because of not taking the test.
Okay.
So when you don't prove that you were legit, you put yourself in a position of losing your freedom, and you don't get to decide how you're going to lose your freedom.
I understand.
When I give you the benefit of the doubt and allow for you to have what it is that the probation officer recommended.
Only five days.
And there it is, the decision. 5 days in jail, no early release, but probation continues afterward. In legal terms, this is what you might call a wake-up call sentence. The judge is punishing the violations, but still giving the defendant another chance to prove he can follow the rules moving forward. Now here's the question for you watching. Do you think the judge made the right call by continuing probation, or should the violations have meant a much longer jail sentence? Let me know what you think.
You read very well. Okay. 5 days jail, no early release or release on tether. You're to re-engage with Miss. I don't know if I should even do that to her. You want to see him when he's released?
I would, Your Honor, just to make sure that he's back on track with all of his requirements of probation.
For some reason, she's deciding that she wants to continue to work with you.
Yes, it's only we're really good. I just like I said, obviously, a couple of those things came up, and
I have no idea what you just said.
me and her were getting along good. I thought, but a couple bad things came up, and it all went to crap. It seems like every time I start to get back to even something, I mean, it just like can't ever win. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think I know what you mean. And you need to extend at this point. No, just
Okay.
add on probation.
Understood.
Okay. Probation is continued. I'm going to order 5 days jail and no early release or release on tether.